Now this BC, February 2020, question number 5. Now A says that 35 men can dig a well in 28 days. How many days will 14 men take to dig the well working at the same rate? 35 men can dig a well in 28 days. How many days will 14 men take to dig the well working at the same rate? Now this question is an example of rate. Now let's see. So clearly, let's come out. We know men, and then the days. Now the first one says 35 men. So 35 men can dig a well. How many days? They can use 28 days. They can use 28 days. Now the question says that how many days will 14 men? So number of men 14. How many days are they going to use? Now 35 men use 28 days. How many days do you think 14 men will use? Clearly, this is an inverse proportion. So the 14 men, they will use more days. So you say that if more, let's divide. Now, so we have our x to be equal to 35 and 14. We know that the less is what? 14, and then the more is what? 35. So you say if more, let's divide. So clearly, it is going to be 35 over 14 times 28. The less, which is 14, is divided. Now, 40 will go into this of 1, 40 will go into 28. That is 2 times. 2 times 35, that is 17. Clearly, 14 men will use 70 days to dig the well. Now let's see, so this is the A. Let's also see the B. What is the question B saying? The external angles of a polygon are 30 degrees, 40 degrees, 120 degrees, 142 degrees, and then y degrees. Find the value of y. Now, with the external polygon, when you add all of them, it should be equal to 360. So let's see. So we say that the external angles of a polygon add up to, that is 360 degrees. So you have to add the angles. So the first one 30 degrees, next one 40 degrees, followed by 120 degrees, followed by 142 degrees, followed by y degrees. And when you add all, this should be equal to what? 360 degrees. Now what is 30 plus 40? That is 70. 70 plus that is 120. That would be 70. That is 190. 190 plus 142. That would be 332. So we have 332 degrees plus y, and this is equal to 360 degrees. Now y will be 360 degrees minus 332 degrees. Now 360 degrees minus 332, and this is 28 degrees. Okay, now let's see the C. That is BEC 2020. That is February. Let's see the C. Mr. Yabua shared some money among his 3 children. The first child received 1/2, the second 1/4, and the third 1/6 of it. Now, the first one says that what fraction of the money was shared? One thing that we are supposed to know, that the total fraction of the money should be 1. So clearly what we are supposed to know, total fraction of the money, that is 1. From here, let's come out with the fraction of the children. So let's say sum of the fraction of the children. The first one was 1/2. The second one was 1/4. And then the third one was 1/6. Now, let's find the LCM. What is the LCM? The LCM in this case is 12. So 2 will go into 12, that is 6 times 1, we have 6. 4 will go into 12, that is 3 times 1, 3. 6 will go into 12, that is 2 times 1, 2. Adding the numerator, 6 plus 3, that is 9 plus 2, so we are getting 11/12. Now the first question says that what fraction of the money was left? Therefore, the fraction of money that was left, this is equal to the total fraction minus the one that was used. Now this one, we can change this to 12/12 minus 11/12. Now be very careful. You see what is at the denominator is 12. So I can change this to 12/12. If it is 7, I'll change it to be 7/7. If it is 8, I'll change this to 8/8. So the LCM are the same. Clearly, I'm getting 1/12. Now let's see the second part. So this is the first part. Now the second part is if the remaining money was 2,400, how much money was shared? Now one thing that we are supposed to know is that always the remaining fraction will correspond to remaining amount. Now, what was the remaining fraction? That is 1/12, and this will correspond to the remaining amount, and the remaining amount was 2,400. Now, let's see. Now, what's the total fraction? 1. That would also correspond to the total amount, which is x. Now, 1/12 is giving us 2,400. What do you think would the 1 give us? It will give us more. So we say, if more, let's divide. Clearly, our x will equal to 1 divided by 1/12 times 2,400. Now our x will be equal to 1 times 12/1 times 2,400. What do you know if you have two rational numbers? If you have a over b divided by c over d, it's equal to a over b times d over c. You reciprocate the second term. So you have our x. Now 12 times 2,400. That will be 28800. Therefore, you can say that 28,800 cedis. Don't forget to bring the 2 decimal places. Was shared.